What's up, YouTube? We are here about to react to Prop Department, and he's about to be upgrading the suspension on the Monster Max. 100% custom made.
This. We're going to fabricate new mounts, install and test the new shocks, and go over the last steps of this build, including an anti-roll system that I'm filing a patent for. I gotta lift the front of this truck up to get these blocks in so we can take these shocks off. There's nowhere good to hook to on here, but I think this spreader bar will do it.
Just
Nice. Shocks off. There's nowhere good to hook to on here, but I think this spreader bar will do it.
just look at how big them tires are compared to the truck. And just look how big the tires are compared to that Tesla truck right there. That's disintegrated. The thing is crazy. Let's get back to it. I'm sorry, y'all. I won't cut back anymore.
Nice. Next, we're going to hop into the CAD model to build the shock mounts. Make sure everything can cycle properly.
Now, this is something in my lifetime, y'all, that I do and I truly do want to learn. Is how to do all this goddamn computer programming shit where I could put it into real life applications of making stuff the way he is. He's just using the 3D model before he's making the actual product, which is crazy.
It has the right clearance. Then we can build a couple test brackets to verify they fit. Let's see how we did. This is the bottom mount. Oh yeah. Check that out. Nice. And then the top mount. Perfect. Too easy, dude. The reason we left these on the truck is because that will locate where we put these. So I can just measure like 1 inch in from each end versus having to re-level all the shock mounts. Now that we know they're gonna fit, we're gonna use the 3/4 inch plate to cut all the brackets. I took them to my shop to finish them up. We have to drill holes in each one with this annular cutter.
And I know
Clean off all the
and I know all of this is like Whistlin Diesel's money, but just think, he spent all that money, made another account of the guy building everything to make more money to pay for that stuff, to just build raw stuff. I honestly think that's pretty cool.
Plasma cutting slag and chamfer the edges.
That's,
I got all the
that's
brackets ready
honestly
to
good
weld
to
on
me.
tomorrow. If I would have had these laser cut, it would have saved a lot of work, but it was cool to be able to do it in-house. Our 65 amp machine was maxed out cutting this 3/4 inch plate. We're gonna pull her back into the shop. Here's the view out of this truck. That is a 18-foot garage door, and I can only see halfway down it. So, yeah.
How crazy big them tires
That's so sweet.
are. Crazy.
Put her in drive. This truck would be impossible to maneuver without four-wheel steer. Got our brackets here. We're gonna use this threaded rod to keep all the brackets aligned. All right, we gotta set our distance here for the first side. I'm not gonna measure this just because I've done a bunch of them. So in order for this to fit in perfectly after it's all welded, you need about that much play, maybe a touch more. It's a little more than you would think, but everything moves around when you weld it. So it takes a little bit to assemble and disassemble after you're done welding, but this is the best way to do it. It's the only way where nothing's gonna move. And you'll see how good the bolts fit when we're done here. It's gonna be perfect. They're just gonna pop right in, which is hard to do, especially with heavy plate. You're putting so much heat into it. Now that everything is hot, we can run a root pass in. This is gonna go into like the little chamfer grinded away area that I put on the edge of the plates.
What's going on, chat? How are y'all? What's going on? I know you guys are probably wondering why they stopped the video, but I just wanted to say, guys, I really do appreciate you guys for watching this far into the video. Not only is this my first YouTube video that I posted and edited and made specifically for YouTube, but this is a big stepping stone for me, you know? A lot of stuff that I gotta learn, a lot of new technology stuff that I gotta work around. And, the new subscribers that are gonna come in, y'all are gonna be like my backbone because we're gonna go through this stuff together. So I do appreciate you guys watching this far in the video. Like I said, you guys could drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see more of. Send me videos of more reactions. I would love to see more reactions of what y'all want to see. If you guys could give me a follow on Twitch, I stream there almost every day. I'd probably say 6 to 5 days out the week I'm streaming over there. It's gonna be JRXBS, same as his channel. If you guys could show some love on Twitch, I really appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. We're gonna go head right back into this video right now. Yeah.
All right, the first pass is done. I like to spray this anti-splatter on everything all the time. Keeps the little BBs from sticking super hard. For the hot pass, we're gonna go uphill and weave back and forth and really burn it in good. It'll be uphill. Gotta make some triangles like that. Uphill is a lot harder. And then we did 2 cover passes afterwards to cap it off. If you've ever welded anything before, you know how much things move.
Thing is, like, how do you
So,
learn
we're gonna see how
something
well
like
our
that? Like all of this
little
yeah.
threaded rod trick
Guess,
did.
guess we just gotta do it, Look, that's a smart man. That is intelligent. I would never even think of that, y'all.
Baby. Yes, sir. Look at that. Nothing's binding up. That's going to clamp down so good. Dang. Oh, also these bolts. You'll see they have a pretty long shank on them. This is called a properly shanked bolt, meaning that the length of this part of the bolt is long enough to go between both of the plates. Because if it was like that, the threads are so much weaker. You think about all the force that's pushing up on the threaded part, which is like
true. I
way
would have
thinner.
never even thought about
So we
that
put that in there,
at all.
and now the full strength of the bolt is pushing on that. A little something to take the edge off. All right, let's paint it. This paint is just temporary because we're gonna be stripping the whole thing down and redoing it really nicely once all the modifications are done. You ain't got a real truck. Your shock mounts don't take 5 cans of spray paint. Now that we just finished the first coat, we're gonna spray the second coat because I have zero patience whatsoever. I'm gonna paint the rest of these, and then tomorrow we can put the shocks on. Oh.
So are they technically like 4.0?
They're
These
4
things
5.
look like cannons.
Dude, this is sweet.
Wow.
That's insane.
Let's put them on. Let me get it balanced up there. Kind of like that. Oh yeah. She's locked in. Go. Oh, thanks.
Yes, sir.
They're free on this heim joint up here to spin around as the truck moves because the axle goes like all over, you know, right? So they need to be able to spin a little tiny bit. Like they'll move like this much, going up and down. But we don't want them to be able to hit each other at any point. So we had to plan ahead in the CAD model and make sure that we have a little bit of gap here.
Dude's intelligent. Like, I really
Final
I
shot.
just think that people like this always get bought out
Final
by,
connection.
like, private people. That's the hard
Oh,
part.
baby. That's it. Now we're gonna tighten all the nuts up and pump them up with air. Ooh, we're done. Let's pump them up.
Everybody know what's up. Yeah, you know we ain't gonna go down. Yeah, you know we gonna go up. Going down with the heat. Yeah, you know
Now we're gonna pump up the shocks and remove the bars so the weight of the truck will be fully on the new shocks. I cannot wait. We're using pure nitrogen to pump these shocks up. I only have one hose, so we're gonna have to put a little bit in at a time to gradually raise the front up. We're just hooking up.
Y'all, why would he be using nitrogen and not air if you know what I mean? Well, like what's the difference? Well, what's the pros and cons of that? Anyone in chat or in the comment section could tell me that? Yes, please.
This little adapter to the top of the shocks, opening it up, and then we put in some air. Let's go like 300. Ooh. There we we go. Let's go to the other side. You don't want to drop this tank when there's no protective cover on it. I took one over a long time ago and it broke right here. And the tank sat there and went spinning in a circle like a rocket.
Pressure.
No movement yet. It's gonna take more air for sure. As the shocks go up, the pressure will lower, so we'll need a lot more air than this. But I just want to keep them all pretty stable as we raise it up for the first time. Ideally, we'd have a hose with 4 ends on it so we can do them all at the same time. Whoa, there it is.
Ooh,
Awesome, so we can remove this bar.
crazy.
Actually, I think we can remove both of them. Look at that, our first shock pair holding the weight of the truck. And we're at 600, actually about 550 in each of them. That is holding the weight, so it means that we will only need 550 once it's at ride height. We obviously just need to add more volume to raise the truck now. Same pressure though.
Insane. I need something like that on my truck, yo, because my truck drives.
Nice. This is an extremely exciting moment. It's a lot of work to get this thing on the shocks, finally. I love that we went wider with them and angled them a little bit more. Not only is it going to work better, it looks way cooler. Wow. It's rising.
Which is honestly still good for this.
Dude. Key difference in these shocks versus the last ones are these are bigger in diameter, which means we can run less pressure, which is just better for everything. I put all the limit straps in. These things here, these keep the shocks from overextending. I put them in so we can snug all the shocks up against them at the same level, and then we can balance all the pressures a lot easier. Yeehaw. This is so hard to do with one hose. We're gonna build a system on the truck where they're all 8 hardline connected to one fill port. So you just hook it up, and the whole thing will go straight up. It'll be a lot easier. But for now, this is gonna work just fine. So they're all at 550 PSI now, which is putting a little bit of pressure up on the limit straps, keeping it stable. The limit straps are a little too short, but we don't know the actual max travel limit yet because I want to go a little bit higher than we were before without the drive shafts binding up. So we're going to go test drive it. Before we do that, I got to work on the brakes a little bit. Last year I put this air disc pinion brake system on here and it works really good. We have parking brake like a semi, but it's a little too powerful actually. The difference between the old one and the new one is this has a smaller area in this chamber, which means less pressure to push on the brakes, which is going to make it be less sensitive. We're ready to drive it. All right, we're just going to do a little test drive. I'm not going to do anything crazy. It ripped up that hill. Both transmissions working so good, it just rips up hills now. It's like driving a normal truck. And it's 40,000 pounds. This is how we turn it on.
It is crazy.
Engine 1. Engine 2. Nice. These control the transmission. So you can see we're in neutral in both. One little problem we have to fix is the gear selector is too sensitive now. It's really easy to skip a gear, but we'll fix that. It's just a gearing problem. It drives so good now. I don't ever want to like push things to the max because it's not my truck. You know, I want Cody to do that. But I do want to give it a little bit of throttle here, maybe 3/4. See what happens. Yeah, it's on pretty good. Dude, it's not slow. It's not slow. Let's make sure it's not on fire.
It's smoking a little bit.
Most of that smoke is just coming off the exhaust. There's just a lot of parts in this thing. Everything has to work together so well, but these shocks are so sick, dude. If you're thinking like it still sways a lot, the shocks were never gonna solve that problem. It's so top heavy, which is fine. That's how it was designed. The shocks were just repairing a old system that wasn't working. Now we move on to the next step, which is putting the sway bars in.
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, I'd say testing was a grand success. Now we're ready to start the next phase of the build, which is the sway bar. Because of how top heavy this truck is, it takes a lot of force to keep it from rolling. We're gonna try a new system that I designed to keep the truck level. I can't show the whole design of the system until the next episode because we're working on some patent stuff, but I'm really excited about it. I can show some of the elements of it and what we're trying to do with it. This is one of the laser cut parts I got made for it that we're gonna try tomorrow. This is from Send Cut Send. I use them for all my laser cutting like this. It's more precise than our plasma cutter in-house here. So anything that we really need precision on, I just order from them. I also want to mention the other things they've helped out with on this build. These are the fuel tanks for the truck, and it's an aluminum cylinder with aluminum fins. They bent the little bend here, and then this is a separate piece, and that, and I
All right, chat. I think this is him just talking about just the suspension and stuff. So, appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all viewing. Appreciate the support. Love y'all. Drop a like, comment, follow, support, and share the video. I appreciate y'all, and I will catch y'all on the next one.